Hello, I'm Pastor Mike Wallman of the Grace Presbyterian Church in Vista, California. And, I've been reflecting on how I became a Christian. I was this surfer kid, 15 years old, just all I wanted to do was build surfboards, go surfing, hang out with my friends, have a good time. But some friends of mine invited me to go to the youth group at the church, and so I went, thinking, well, at least there's some girls there, right? But what happened was God had another plan, and He reached into my world. He said, "Mike, come and have a relationship with me," and almost like that, through the pastor that taught and the ways that he connected with me and helped me to understand that God loves me and really cares for me. Well, this Sunday I'm going to be preaching on the story of Zacchaeus. And he was this tax collector in Jericho. And Jesus and his disciples were going through Jericho on their way up to Jerusalem. And Zacchaeus was small in stature, and the crowd was blocking his view. He couldn't see this prominent parade, apparently, of that everybody was excited to see who this Jesus was, because he was healing people. He was becoming really well known. And so he climbs up into a sycamore tree, and while he's up there and Jesus is passing by, Jesus stops and somehow supernaturally knows the name of this little man that's sitting up there on a limb and calls him down. He says, "Zacchaeus, come down from that tree. I'm having dinner at your house tonight." And so Zacchaeus comes down out of the tree, and they go over to his house and they have this dinner. And apparently some conversation takes place where Jesus really expresses the love of God to him, and perhaps grace and mercy and forgiveness, because tax collectors, they really gouged people of a lot of their money just to, they were hired by Rome to get a certain amount of money, and whatever they could get over that, they would try to get. And that's how they made their living. But everybody hated them, just like we hate tax collectors today, right? So in the course of the meal, Zacchaeus stands up, and chapter 19 of the book of Luke, in verse 8, he stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I've cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." And Jesus said, "Today salvation has come to this house." Well, and then he says, "For the Son of Man has come to seek and save the lost." Well, I think back on how I came to Christ and started this journey into ministry and all. God not only came to seek, but He came to save. He called me out of my culture, out of my environment, out of my brokenness, into an amazing life that's very fulfilling, a life of love and grace and mercy, and gave me such a great direction in life. I would encourage you to come be with us on Sunday, worship with us at 9, 10:30. Hear more about this story and how God seeks you out, calls you out of your circumstances, and brings healing and salvation and wholeness into your life. So come join us this Sunday, 9 or 10:30, and let's explore this together. And until then, may God bless your week.